please unveil the logo for our Red Red Clinic?
Okay, so thank you very much, first of all, for giving me this opportunity. And I am Pankaj Mathur. I live in Jaipur, and I am an IIT Delhi alumni. Work with UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund, on water and sanitation area. And my journey actually started with this disease in 2017 when I was first identified with a painless lump, which Dr. Jyoti said, which was identified in my right calf muscle, which was removed locally in one of the hospitals in Jaipur. And then it was identified as soft tissue sarcoma. Specifically, they identified as myofibroblastic sarcoma. Unfortunately, because the one thing which I really did very well in terms of following up on the after surgery scans with the disease every 3 months. So after 1 year and 3 months, I identified that there was a metastasis in form of two lung nodules in my lungs, and that was the time when I was actually recommended to Dr. Jyoti Bajpai by the local doctor. They said that she is the best, not just in country but probably in the world, in terms of dealing with the soft tissue sarcoma and these kind of cases. Because the doctor here was he was very, very open and very lovely in terms of accepting the fact that if we see a sarcoma patient in 10 days, probably Dr. Jyoti would be consulting almost 100 cases on a daily basis on such things. So first of all, I didn't even know that this is a rare case, and I knew throughout that yes, this is a rare disease. But when it was identified, I didn't know that this is a rare cancer. And in terms of my own cancer literacy, I came to know that this is really a rare cancer. And today there is a number associated to that when it was said that 6 in a million. So I really consider myself really one of the rarest ones to be there on the earth. But my journey with Dr. Jyoti really has been fantastic. I mean, she has been so lovely in terms of interacting with me, with my family. When she said that the integrative care is important, so it's not just.
Everyone, my name is Shikha Khandelwal. I got diagnosed with pregnancy-associated breast cancer in 2015. It was just 9 months of my marriage, not 9 months, I think close to 1 year of my marriage, and I got pregnant, and then I came to know that I have a cancer. It was a very difficult situation, emotionally, mentally, physically, as well as you can understand the stress I have about my fetus, my baby. I came to know and I met Jyoti Bajpai, and as ma'am mentioned, the treatment of cancer is not just a treatment of a patient, it's a holistic care. So care about patient, the baby which is inside me, my family, because they are going through so much of stress. She consulted, and it was a group of people, as ma'am mentioned, the oncologists, the surgeons, the radiotherapists. They consulted together to finalize my line of treatment, considering that I am 6 months pregnant and they have to save my baby. I was continuously saying to ma'am that, ma'am, I don't want to start my treatment, just let me first deliver my baby. And she told me that you are diagnosed with 4th-stage cancer. It's a very severe cancer, and I rest assured you that your baby will be fine. And this one statement that I assured you your baby will be fine gave me lots of strength. And I said, okay, I'll fight for cancer, I'll fight for my baby, and I am in the care of expert hand, so I should not worry about anything. So it was a tough journey, because it was, as ma'am mentioned, it was the rarest cancer. I've been through lots of difficulty during the treatment, but I had one faith that I'm in safe hand. So myself as well as my baby will be safe. You won't believe that none of the gynecologists were ready to take my case. And ma'am suggested that consult to Dr. Vandana Bansal, and they both together, not only the cancer journey, my pregnancy journey, they made smooth. And I have a 8.5-year-old baby now. He is very well. He is in 4th standard. His name is Punya. So I feel like I am blessed with lots of Punya by doctors, by my family and everyone. And I really thanks ma'am. And today I am heading a department in one of the finest fintech company. I am having 30 people reporting to me, and all because of I can say that I was in expert hand, and ma'am told me not to give up any time. One thing I would like to say that I would like to end my story with one thing, what I have followed. Fake it till you make it. So journey was tough, and I was always smiling that yeah, I'll be fine, my baby will be fine, and it will be a good journey, and I'll make it. So thank you so much, Jyoti ma'am. And I'm still in touch. One thing I would like to share to all patients, your treatment is done doesn't mean that you should be relaxed. I would say that consult your doctor every 6 months or a year, because I'm still in touch with ma'am. It's been 10 years now, and I'm living a healthy life, and I hope it will continue with expert care. And I wish all the patients don't give up any time. And if you're in expert hand, this will get cured soon. So thank you, ma'am. And this Apollo hospital, yeah, I forgot to mention that, the rarest care hospital. The case, when it is rare, I believe that very rarely a doctor is ready to take the case, because it's a rare case. Nobody wants to spoil their career if it is a rare. But ma'am, I think I hats off to her that she took my case, even make it happen, and I am happy now. Thank you, ma'am.
So I think very important question. I would say that the first thing is that acceptance. What I always tell to all my patients, even if they are diagnosed first time or other times, first you have to really accept in your mind that this has happened. Unless and until you struggle with that acceptance, your journey becomes really tough. Once you accept, you start your journey of that treatment. I also said the second month, many of my patients will, confirm this, that I tell them now complete it as a protocol. As there is a problem, in everybody's life there is a problem. First thing is acceptance, and then you complete it as a protocol, what is defined, what is in best interest of you. And a multidisciplinary based care treatment is the best chance for cure. As I said, cancer is something serious because it really requires a rigorous kind of planning, treatment, and first diagnosis and first treatment is the best chance for cure. If we see some cases which are already handled in an appropriate manner, very sorry to say that, then chances of upstaging becomes very high, and then chances of cure really low. I'll just give an example. In a good biology breast cancer, if we detected on stage 1 or 2, there is a chance of 90% cure rates. While if we detect them in stage 4 because of negligence, inappropriate treatment in between, then chances become 10% or so, depending upon what biology and what stage they are. So there is a drastic, goes on. So get detected in time, accept it, complete your treatment the way it is planned in a multidisciplinary care where there is a expert hands available in a good reference center. Cancer is a diagnosis which should be handled in expert centers. That is also my strong message.
I'll just add to what Jyoti said. The most important thing I would tell a patient when they are diagnosed is no fear, no panic. Cancer is curable. You need to get the right treatment. Whatever stage, today we've got very, very good. Of course, as she said, the larger the tumor, probability of success drops. So we want early detection. Many cancer, and I'm telling you this after 35 years in the field, 40% of work I do is redo work, second opinion work. And I don't think any patient should be put through stress, emotional, psychological, financial, by not getting the best treatment first. So if I had to give one message, no fear, cancer is curable. Choose your right doctor, choose your right hospital, and go get the best treatment. And today, we have the best treatment in our country. There's no need of flying abroad. Everything is available here.
I agree with you. But what happens
So
is,
that's my request to all of you all in this room. We can give medical care, but creating awareness, we need you all. So I'd see you all in functions like this and then you all disappear. But we've got so many important days in the calendar and the year. We have World Cancer Day, World Tobacco Day, we have a month for breast cancer, we have a World Head and Neck Day, and I think you all need to put that news out in the press regularly. Awareness. You have awareness, people will prevent cancer, they'll come early, and they'll get the right treatment, and we'll have many more survivors amongst all of us. Success stories, warriors like the 3 who are here and the 2 are online.
Can I say something over here?
One more thing we do when it comes to the physician, family physician and all that thing, expert like Dr. Cruz or Dr. Jyoti, they do involve family physician for awareness and their knowledge enhancement as well. So we are doing so many programs where we exchange that information to the clinicians that they can help to identify. And as rightly said by Sir, role of press is important to communicate all this important is and make awareness.
Hello, yeah, no question over here.
I think Mr. Pankaj wanted to-
Let me just, because I want just come. So one thing I would like to clear, you said that this press, the comment was off. No, sir, we give best of the news to the people, so we are here.
Apologies, I didn't mean it in a harsh way, I meant it out of love and affection.
Yeah.
आप लोग आते हो, आज stories लोग हैं, but my request to you is carry the story regularly. You all are the most powerful media for whatever line it is, whether it is health, whether it is political, you all are the power. So we want your support. I'm putting my hand of friendship out. आपका सहयोग चाहिए, constantly.
We are there, sir.
Thank you.
So my question to this man, when you were detected with this rare cancer, how did you approach all the doctors, because it's very difficult to get in touch with all these people and that to a specialization?
So I would say I myself was very lucky. My brother, he is a doctor, Dr. Saurabh, and he told me that Dr. Jyoti Vajpayee is one of the finest doctor in India or world. For me, she is best in universe. So we met her, and as ma'am mentioned, that it's a group, you can say it's a group as she's oncologist, surgeons are there, radiologists are there. So they all discuss together that what should be the best line of treatment. So I can consider myself lucky that I met ma'am, and it was to whatever source. So I feel my brother was a source of meeting me, ma'am.
So again, the question is over here. She was lucky to have a doctor in her family. The people who don't have these doctors, who don't have this kind of connections, how they should approach?
So like I said, no fear, no panic. If you make your decision in a hurry, then you may not make your correct decision. थोड़ी सी जानकारी करो, पूछताछ करो. Let me again make it in a very light way to you. If you have to buy a new mobile phone, you have to buy a new television in your house, you'll ask 50 people, you'll go to 50 showrooms. But for health, we don't give importance. We get panicky and we go to the first person and take treatment.
Very true.
So the message I want you all to carry is no panic, no fear. There are enough good people who can give good care, but go to the right specialist. My other very, very important message which I need the press to take. Today we have moved away from general treatment, general oncology to specialized care. At Apollo, we have one specialist, one department for each cancer. That drives excellence. It is well known, well published. We don't have general surgical oncologists. कि सुबेरे एक breast operation किया, शाम को एक abdomen किया, फिर एक head and neck किया. Many people are practicing that. At Apollo, we have changed that concept. We have specialists in gastrointestinal, head and neck, which I do. We have specialists in gynec cancers, urological cancers. That is important. So again, the message you have to go is go to a specialized center, and the decisions have to be tumor board. एक आदमी decision नहीं लेता है. 3 डॉक्टर बैठते हैं, radiation, medical, surgical, then we take the decision. So these are the 2-3 points I can give you on the tips.
I want to second, sir, what he mentioned, that don't panic. And what man is saying, acceptance. I think once you accept and when you create that you don't have to panic, I think you will get the right guidance. So yeah, I was lucky enough that I was having one doctor in my family. But if you accept that you have a cancer and you will not panic, I think you will search wherever you want on internet, and there are so many places where you can see that what is the best hospital where you can find the expert and the right doctor. So I would second, sir, that don't panic, acceptance, and then yeah, you have to be very careful when you are choosing your doctor as well as the hospital for treatment.
One thing about the patient's perspective on the issue of, first realization that, I have cancer. So first thing which actually really worked with me is that, you need to count your blessings that you may be having cancer now, but how your life has been. You have been always through some kind of blessings, but this is the tough time for which you need to go through. And then second thing is already pointed out that you need to do some kind of research at your level to identify that where the best doctors could sit, because and it becomes really very important in case of rare cancers, because as I already said, in my case, in my first instance when I had my first surgery, I didn't even know that it is so rare. But when there was a metastasis in lung, I really do a lot of research. I spoke with a lot of people. I went to a lot of number of hospitals in Delhi, Mumbai, consulted people internationally, and then came to know that the best doctor in India would be sitting there in Mumbai in form of Dr. Jyoti Bajpai, and then go there and then follow with her your disease. As far as the patient's perspective is concerned, I also believe that the family support is really very, very important, because you cannot fight this battle alone. Your family has to be there with you, your doctors have to be there with you. And as Dr. Jyoti pointed out, Dr. D'Cruz pointed out, it's not just about one doctor. Team of doctors has to be there. There has to be a surgeon, there has to be an oncologist, there has to be a radiation specialist, there has to be a pain specialist in your team, so that when you really go through the pain during your treatment, people should be there to advise you the best treatment out of that. And then last and most important thing with the patient's perspective is that which I keep on writing at many places. I've written it in my workplace, I've written it in my bedroom, everywhere. This too shall pass. It means you had your best of your times in your life. It has passed. It has not remained over there. You are going through the difficult part of your life. You are going through a different disease, a difficult disease. This too shall pass, because you are in the best of the treatment. You are in best of your families. You are in best of your support systems, and you know that what is to be done. So this too shall pass. I have been fighting this disease for almost 7.5 years now, and but my association with the disease has always been like that. I have never considered it as my enemy, but because cancer cells are also part of your body. These are those naughty cells who have not been behaving the way you want them to behave, but they are always part of your body. The last thing which I actually wanted to point out is the importance of the follow-ups. I think one of the speakers said that your treatment is over and then you feel that you are a free bird now. No, please, you need to go for your regular follow-up PET scans or maybe CT scans as prescribed by your oncologist, your doctor. That's very important, because in my case I fought it 4 times, 1 principal tumor and then 3 times metastatic tumors. And I was able to find out in an early stage, just because of the fact that I have been doing 3 months kind of follow-up with this kind of scans. And then I come to know that there is a trouble, and I really contact back Dr. Jyoti Bajpai. Even if I have a normal report, I really contact back Dr. Jyoti Bajpai and then ask her that what can we do for next 3 months. So this is the follow-up which is really very, very vital, very, very important for a good quality of life. and also keep a bit of control over your body and disease, that what is happening with your body. But thank you very much, and then I'll take leave because I'm in Rome. As I already pointed out, that I made it a point that every time I clear this 3 months examination of mine, I try to celebrate. So this is just part of my celebration, that I'm with my family, in Europe, and then I'll come back in India next couple of days. So thank you very much for giving this more opportunity, and I'll take leave now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatt.
Can you hear me? Am I
Yes, we
audible?
can, ma'am.
Yeah. So congratulations, Dr. Jyoti, and all the Apollo Hospital staff for launching this very good clinic. On behalf of caregivers and family members, I want to speak one or two sentences. As Pankaj said, rightly said, for the patient, family is a great support. So when family comes in the picture, during the hospital visits and treatment, we family also feel very happy that he's under somebody's care. But when they come back to house, or when they are with us, family, how we have to continue with the care what doctors has given. So this is firstly, the family has to be very positive. And here I may sound a little bit rare, but I think with my experience, I'm a dancer and I'm a writer. So I do feel that I don't take it as a fight or a struggle or a war, because that follows the word win, defeat, which is the very negative for me. So I think managing the situation is the best word, so that I will get up every day. Oh, yesterday I managed it very well. My husband managed it very well. Today also we'll do that. We will be very confident and we will move on in life. So we do go for a normal walks. We take a camera with us. We take photographs. We eat together. And one more thing is, when there is I want to tell one thing here. Multidisciplinary means diet and nutrition also. So Dr. Jyoti has referred to us to Dr. Varsha Gore, who is there in the Apollo, and she gave us a diet chart. So this diet chart will start before your therapy and after your therapy and during your therapy. Three parts. So you follow that, and what happens to a family, it will be a 360 degrees change. You will be eating so many vegetables and fruits, and you have a kind of restriction. Does it make you unhappy? No. What I am trying to do is, I will select the vegetables already in the chart, and I will go to each and every of the states of India, what they are preparing with that, so that I can prepare good food, nutritious food. I can try good recipes with all these restrictions. So this means I do not want to feel unhappy in this situation, so that I make myself more happy, and I will learn each day with my husband also. So this is why multidisciplinary is very important, because this helps the family to learn more and be positive and be very creative what we have in this situation. So that is very important, that is family should be there, and family should be a little bit educative. Sometimes we nag, every doctor is asking too many questions, that's there, but while learning it, when we know the situation, it will be very easy to talk like this in front of everyone, not to hide. Because once Dr. Jyoti also said, it is a social stigma. So social stigma should not be, because how much we come out and talk about this, it will go away one day, really. So I thank everyone and all the best. And madam, thank you so much for being with always being with us in physical consultation and also teleconsultation on the time and keeping that schedule for everyone. It helps a lot. And thanks for your team, all your team in the medical oncology department, and also Dr. Ranjit Vajpayee, Onco Radiology Department and his team, Dr. Varsha Gore, a nutrition and diet, and her team in the Apollo. And we thank all the Apollo staff today and who were there with us always. Thank you so much. All the best, ma'am. Thank you.
It's about cancer. A large number of cancers are preventable and they are amenable to early detection where we get cure upwards of 90%. If you look at the three commonest causes of cancer, the first is habits. Tobacco, alcohol, and in our country, supari as well. If you don't have tobacco, 40% of cancers worldwide will not be there, 30 to 40%. So, good habits. The second commonest cause of cancer, 10 to 15% are infections. Human papilloma virus, hepatitis, HIV. Lead a healthy lifestyle, avoid infections. Some of them you can take vaccines for. You will avoid 10 to 15% of cancers. The third commonest cause of cancer is faulty diet, obesity. We always think malnutrition causes malnutrition. Yes, you have to prevent malnutrition. But obesity, if a lady is more than 10-15% the weight for her age height, she runs the risk of 6 cancers, including breast cancer. And I put it very simply, ladies who have breast cancer on one side, if they keep their weight in check, the incidence on the opposite side is lower than people who are obese for their weight. So 3 simple things I've told you. Habits, infections, keep your weight in check. And what are the other 2 things that you can do is lead a healthy lifestyle by way of exercising. Today we call it NCDs, non-communicable diseases. Cancer is one of them, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease. Lead a good, do exercise so that you don't have a problem, be active. And lastly, a diet rich in vitamin A, C and E prevents against cancer. The brighter your vegetables and fruits are, it's called a chemo-preventive diet. And even if you have been diagnosed with a cancer and you take a chemo-preventive diet, it prevents against recurrence or a second cancer. These are all proven facts. So I think in brief, this is what I would like to say. India conference in the first week of November, and one entire session, one entire day will be allocated to rare cancers. It's going to be at Geo World Garden in the first week of November, 8th to 10th.